sexy, it hurts. And I'm too sexy for Milan, too sexy for Milan, New York and Japan.
Hey, welcome back everybody to this week's edition of Doing It with Styles. I have a very, very special guest and an old friend on the show today because she is about to embark on an exciting new adventure. You are opening up your own art gallery down in the art districts. Okay, this is Leah St. Clair. Some of you may remember her from the famous art battle we had a few years back here.
Yeah,
That was a fun gig. Yeah,
it was a lot of fun.
It was. For those of you who don't remember, art battle was you had 15 or 10?
12.
12 artists,
Mm-hmm.
and you had two sections. You had 6 and 6, right?
Right.
Okay, so you would have 6
rounds.
artists.
Yep.
And they had how much time? They had to paint something. You gave them the canvas.
Yeah.
You gave them the paint.
But I didn't tell them what to paint.
Right. They painted whatever they want.
Yep. They had 20 minutes per round.
Right.
We had 3 rounds, and
because the winners from the first round and second round, they went off against each other.
The third round.
And you had the public there.
Yeah.
Walking around while they were painting
and voting.
Mm-hmm. So we could all see, the progress that they were making. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I had a ball every time I went down there. So, and then you've been off on some crazy adventures, traveling all over and just kind of chilling for a little bit. And now you're ready to go back to work, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. It was a good time off, and I think it was needed after art battle and then going through my own personal experiences.
Yep.
And I went to Indonesia and I was so excited, and I hiked an active volcano with 25 other girls, and it's a hiking group that's national.
Right.
And
I saw some of the pictures, which were cool.
It was incredible.
Yeah.
I would do it.
I was so jealous.
It was a great time. It was a great time.
So, where's your art gallery?
It's going to be in the Arts Factory, downtown.
Right.
I believe it's 107 East Charleston.
Right.
It's the address there. I'm going to be on the 2nd floor.
Okay, cool.
And 244 is the suite number.
Right.
And July 1st.
Cool.
Is my first day. So the first Friday I'll be in there is going to be July 4th of all days.
Wow. So, first Friday is July 4th?
Yeah.
This year?
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay, cool. Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna get down there. It's a Friday night. I'll be there for the grand opening.
Thank you.
I'll be done. What time? Anytime?
I would say somewhere around 7 o'clock is when things start picking up.
Great. I'll be done here by then.
I'm there pretty much all weekend.
Yeah.
I'm really committing to a Friday through Monday open studio days.
Okay. Great.
So that people can interact with me. They can meet me. We can talk about my interior design services, and in addition to the paintings that I'll be having on the walls.
So what are those services?
So I am more of a decorator. I'm not really more of a full demo designer. I enhance people's existing homes. So I work with whatever existing furniture they have. I love
you were
archiving their art
working for a while up at the World Market Center.
Yes.
For
about 2 years or so for Howard Elliott. I was a showroom manager for them.
Right.
And that was one of the showrooms that stayed open 365.
Right.
So that was interesting, seeing the juxtaposition between.
Well, and I didn't know this, but a couple years back, I guess, they started letting the public in there.
They've always let the public in, but you have to purchase through a trade member.
Right. Right.
And I think there was some back and forth for a little while.
Yeah.
And I think that really confused the public.
It did.
Because they weren't sure.
Yeah.
Can I go in? Can I not go in? What buildings are open? And even just me, going after it and wanting to find out as a local designer, even just getting those answers was kind of hard.
Right.
But once you find out, it's so obvious.
Yeah.
But it's silly how they kind of gatekeep that whole industry.
So how are you planning on trying to combine that design aspect with your artwork, or is it just the two are somewhat compatible, or?
Well, because I've always been an artist and my love of art, my clients for interior design are people who love art
Gotcha.
and who love color.
Right.
And those are the people that I attract.
Yes.
They have large art collections. They have an interest in art. And so when they find me on my website, I'm very selective on the clients that I
understand. As am I.
And I, because I it's still a weekend thing for me. I'm still a hobbyist designer, you
Right.
know, and so I don't have to do it out of complete necessity. I did try that last year. So part of my adventure and part of my kind of taking a year off and going full force into, I was a general contractor for 4 interior designers. I worked part-time at the Win.
Yeah.
And then I was still trying to do my own business. And so you can imagine that burned me out after about a year and a half.
Yeah, that's tough.
I started getting sick, and you really have to listen to your body. And I felt that that's what I always was chasing after and what I always wanted. But it's like the genie wish.
Yeah.
Make me a sandwich, but you're the sandwich.
I know exactly what you're talking about. So, now I forgot the question that I was going to ask, which was really, really, really important. What do you think about doing a mural?
I'm open to murals.
Okay.
It depends on the size of the wall.
Right.
I'm more apt to doing inside murals.
Yeah, no. That's what I was talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll talk.
Okay, lovely. Your people will talk to my people.
Yeah, I'll pencil you in. We'll do lunch. So I'm really excited for you. I mean, so, God, I've known you, what, for 6, 7, or 8 years now?
Yeah.
So, wow.
Yeah.
And to see how far you've come, I'm really proud of you.
Thank you.
To be honest, when you can see other people growing in not only their personal life but also their professional life, and seeing someone finally getting to do what they really love doing.
Yeah.
It's so.
You gotta fight for it.
Yes, you do.
Fight for it.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that you did, because I'm just so damn proud of you. And it's just like, I mean, you're kind of like a little sister that you see. Oh, she's growing up and she's got this. And when I saw the notice that you were going to be opening the gallery, it was just like, yeah, all right. It's so cool. It's about time.
It's so refreshing. And I went into hiding. I went into full-blown hiding. Yeah. And it's good for the moisturization.
Oh, I know. It is. And I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
No, it's okay.
But it's just.
It's an emotional process. I've always been an emotional person. And I don't think people should be ashamed of that.
No, I don't either.
But yeah, it's just I'm really excited. And when I went into the studio too, into the Arts Factory, I got to see Bex.
Oh, okay.
And she's another artist.
Wait. Who?
Bex, Bex.
Oh, okay.
It's
not Becs.
No.
Okay,
no,
because there is a showgirl here in town.
Oh.
And her name's Rebecca, but everybody calls her Bex.
Oh.
So,
gotcha.
And I thought, that would be interesting.
No, she's a painter, and she was always a welcomed guest.
Right.
And a lot of times I just comped artists for Art Battle. Why should I have to charge them? But and I can't remember if she was one of my artists. There were so many, and I apologize. But
some I still follow. I mean, on Facebook we're still friends, and I see some of the stuff, and it's just okay. And I hope you forgive me, because I'm an old guy, and it's just like. When my boys were growing up, and the summers were filled with Little League, and all of the kids on the team become your kids, and watching them grow and watching them, and it's the same way with you guys. I mean, when we met back then and you were doing the Art Battle, and you see all these young kids, and I know you're adults and you're grown-ups, but to me, you're kids.
Yeah.
To see them grow and how they flourish and some of the work that they've done, and see how that's progressed. It's just so damn cool.
I know. And we had such great relationships, and people that were my steady artists, and people who embraced it. And, we're still in touch, and I still follow them on
Oh,
Facebook
great.
too. And
I got to
so
dig out
happy.
that commercial you did.
Yeah.
We all jumped around for the art battle. I got to dig that out.
I think I just saw it the other day.
Really?
It the other day. Yeah, I was going through my archives for this.
Okay, cool.
For the photos for this,
Right.
The interview. So I was looking through that. But anyway, so I get to back when I went to the Arts Factory to go look at the space.
Right.
I saw Bex, and we were kind of talking, and I went to go introduce myself. She's like, "I know who you are, silly."
That's great.
And we just talked, and she was just so happy. She's like, "We need you in the building. We're so excited to see you. I'm so happy that you're back." And, even she's like, "You just went into full-blown hiding."
Yeah.
And that's what I needed at the time.
It's, hey, it's part of growing. It's part of your discovery and your journey. And like you say, it's something you should be proud of, even the bad times and the good times, because the bad times are what make the good times.
Right.
If you don't go through that, you can't have the other stuff.
I'm just not a social media overshare. And
no, I know.
That's always been a weird thing for me to do, and I always appreciate people who can, but for me, it's
that's cool.
Can't do it.
Yeah. So I'm sure you've already got work to show in your new gallery, right?
Yeah.
Or are you painting like crazy to fill up the walls?
You know what? I have so much packed away.
Yeah.
That I've acquired over the years, and I'm so excited to make some new things. Of course, I have things half done, like all good artists. So I am. I'm also getting excited and creating new stuff, and yeah.
So what are you focusing on as far as your I don't want to say medium, but it's like still lives or portraits or abstracts, or do you have a specific area that you're focusing on? Or
I've always been true to myself where locations inspire me.
Right.
So a lot of my Philadelphia scenes, New Jersey scenes, Pocono, Pennsylvania scenes, they're all locations.
Right.
That I love to set up, and I paint, or I'll take a photo from reference and paint. And the most recent one I just started doing is just a simple rose bush in the backyard.
Right.
But I love already having a created, already done background.
Right.
And then I take that, and then I'll just do something on top of it that's completely unrelated. And so I've just kind of gone back to the basics of being inspired by nature, but then maybe adding an odd background that doesn't necessarily match.
Yeah.
Right. I love that spontaneity of it.
Yeah.
Because I don't even know what it's like when it's done.
Like,
woo, we got a shock.
It's like seeing a plant or a flower growing out of the concrete.
Yeah.
And it's just, that shouldn't be there. It doesn't belong, but there it is, and look how cool it looks.
And I get just as surprised as the people who view it. And I think that's the great part.
I've been working on some stuff with the videos and things. I'll show you one of these days. We'll go do lunch or have coffee or something.
Absolutely.
It's just, I'm just so damn excited for you. When I saw that pop up, I had to call you and say, "Come on, you gotta tell people about this." Well, it's and the art district is really a well-kept secret.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a lot of people know about it, and they get good crowds down there on First Fridays and all that stuff. But I mean, I don't think that people realize how cool it is when all that's going on down there, and the talent that's there.
Yeah.
And
visit the studios when there's not the food trucks outside.
What's that?
Visit them when there's not just the food trucks outside.
Right.
Right.
Yes.
On a slow day, a quiet day, when you have a moment to actually talk to the artists.
Exactly.
I think is really the best time to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. First Friday brings in the people, and it's very exciting, and it's a great opportunity for the whole community. But if you're a real art lover, you want that more intimate part with the artist. And, that was one of the things when I was talking to Bex, is she's like, you really should be here. Yeah. And the person who I'm replacing, they live in LA. So it's very hard for them to come.
Yeah.
and to be in the studio. And I
Yeah.
think that's the biggest thing. Nobody wants to walk through empty studios.
So you said you're going to be there Fridays through Mondays?
Fridays through Mondays.
Okay, so that's Friday, Saturday, and Sundays, right? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I may take a little, one or day to myself.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
But for the most part, that's the
Yeah.
goal for me.
Yeah.
Is to be there the Friday through Monday.
Okay.
And then,
It is, I mean, you could just walk in, right? I don't have to make an appointment or anything like
Nope.
that. You're going to be there hanging out,
Yep.
making
Hanging out.
paint. And
if I'm not, my number is on
Right.
the door. I got my decal made.
all right,
Went to Etsy, got that made. Very excited.
cool.
So I'll have the QR code for the website.
Nice.
My number that you can text me. So if
Have you got your website yet?
Oh yeah, I've had the website.
Oh,
It's
great.
Art Home LV.
Tell those people out there.
ArtHomeLV.com. It's growing with my work, but
Okay.
the base and the shell, and you can contact me, and you can also then connect with me through Instagram on there.
Right.
And yes, I'm.
How about your phone
filling
number?
it up.
Do you want phone calls, or would you prefer that they
It's a
contact you through the website
It's a
and the
business Google line, so it's okay to keep separate.
Okay.
And if somebody's walking around the studios and I'm not there, a simple text.
email? Right.
Maybe I'm visiting another artist or
Right.
getting lunch. So if you really want to say hello, shoot
Okay.
me a text, and that's not a problem.
Okay.
But that'll be on the door as well.
So what?
I don't know
are
if I
you?
should say the number.
No. That's why I was asking if you want to say the number.
Yeah.
Please
It's
get it out there.
702-720-4778.
Nice.
And that's
So-
the Google business line.
What are you most excited about with this new venture?
Just seeing all the people that were from Art Battle, who were guests, who were artists. Like, I'm just so excited to be reemerged
Yeah.
and reignited with everybody around. And
You always did light up
yeah,
in that environment.
yeah, that's always been my community of people.
Yeah.
And just painting again. I put 2 hours into a painting the other day, and I was like, oh my God, why have I not done this more often?
Yeah.
And I think life gets in the way.
Well,
A lot.
it transports you.
Yeah.
It takes you somewhere else. I like I said, I have the same thing with the videos when I'm creating that. It's like it's a therapy for me,
Oh yeah.
and it does let me get out some of the creative stuff. And so what's the thing that's the scariest about doing this for you?
Making sure that I kind of break even and making sure that I'm having enough revenue come in
Yeah.
to pay for it, so it doesn't become a pit. To be honest.
Yeah.
And that's why I selected the smallest space.
Right.
And when I told Beck, she goes, that wasn't even a studio at first. That was legit, or just a closet.
Yeah.
And then they just turned it into a studio. And I was like, it's okay.
Yeah.
So now I'm like,
I know that feeling.
I'm like Closet Dobby now. Just give me the closet. It's fine.
Cool.
But I have faith. And one of the things I've been practicing is getting out of my own way mentally.
That's sometimes the hardest.
Yeah.
And because you have to find that balance between this is a business.
Yeah.
And if I want it to be successful, I have to do this, this, and this.
Right.
This is my art. This is my creativity. And if I want to keep that going, I have to do this, this, and this.
Yeah.
And finding that balance between the two.
Yeah.
And you'll get there. You'll find it. You know.
Just the trust and being like, it's okay. Don't focus on it so much.
Right.
I know that sounds radically acceptance, but
No. It's you're absolutely right. You have to know going in there, and I'm sure you already do, that you're going to be successful at this.
Thank you.
I mean, I know you wouldn't be doing this if you weren't ready.
Right.
You know, I know that in your head, you've gone through a lot of steps to get to this point, and you have planned it out and you've laid it out. So you got the best chance in the world.
Thank you. And I have such a good support system. I'm across the street. across the hall from Audrey Fox,
Oh, okay.
who I love. She's my Philly girl.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited about that. I've got, David Soto right around the corner. He's an amazing artist, and I've been following him for a long time, but
Right.
to actually physically meet him in person.
Right.
And then not realizing that we're both Facebook friends, and then I go back home and I'm like, oh,
I know that guy.
that's connected.
But that's really cool. And unfortunately, guys, we're kind of running out of time. But I want to have you back once you get it open, and I want to help you promote the business and what you're doing there. Like I said, I'm just so damn proud of you, kiddo.
Thank you so much.
It's and I want all of you to go down there. You've got the address, you got the phone number, you got no excuse. Friday through Sundays. What are the hours? Whenever you get there.
Yeah, I should be there around like 1 o'clock until like 8 o'clock.
But there you go.
Is about reasonable time. Right. And yeah, Art Home LV. The Instagram is Art Home LV as well. Okay. And feel free to message me, contact me. It's all about collaboration with different projects.
Yes.
So I'm so excited.
Cool.
Thank you so much for having me.
And guys, remember, if you're going to do it like Leah, do it with styles.
Nice work, John.